I'm very concerned that a bill, once again, seems to inhibit the rights of the individual business owner and cigar lover. There should be no difference between owning a home or owning a business. What takes place behind those same walls is up to the individual as specified within the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. If one chooses to avoid public or private areas that allow cigar smoking, by all means, stay away from these very places. Cigar smoking is more than a simple action. It involves an entire philosophy. A course of events to be enjoyed each time one smokes. One smokes a cigar because it gives an individual time to relax, compose one's thoughts, and interact with others that believe in these same ideals, with conversation that ranges from the mundane to matters of deep personal privacy. Those shared moments are precious and unable to be duplicated with strangers as well as friends many times in any other way. We as adults, and I strongly believe that they should only be allowed to smoke, adults. This is not a children's show. And so, as such, can and demand to make our own decisions regarding the fact of choosing whether or not if we care to enjoy a fine cigar, and perhaps share a cocktail with this moment, and incredibly be able to choose to perhaps even have a dinner at an establishment with the cigar, if the owner and the restaurant people want to have cigar-friendly oasis within. We're going to share those oases with people on this show. There are cigar shops around, there are cigar restaurants in other states that still believe in the rights of individuals to smoke and enjoy their cigars. This is why it has become a satanical concept within the government today, actually allowing small business people that financially support our great country the right to choose for themselves as to how they run businesses. Give cigar smokers the opportunity to say, let our stress go up in smoke.
Here, here.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
What you have heard is our opinion and many people's opinion within the cigar community. I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for myself here. You know, so what we're going to ask as time goes on, we want people to call in, we want people to email us to sirvincigars@aol.com. That's SIRVINCIGARS.com, and it'll be up in the background during the show. That you can email us and tell us your opinions on smoking. And if you have a negative opinion on it, give us clear, concise reasons, and we'll be more than happy to share your views and be able to possibly show our views in contrast. What we're going to do today, I'm going to talk just briefly about two concepts of the cigar. And it might be able to help other people enjoy their cigars, whichever brands, a little bit more. Number one, we're going to show people how to cut a proper cigar. There's a number of different tools that a person could use. One is called the V-cut. It makes a slim, fine, razor edge, narrow cut across the back of the cigar. There's also a thing called the punch, which will give a person a little bit more flavor because it digs deeper into the body of the cigar, and it allows a person to enjoy a little bit more body and flavor of that cigar. You have what's called the full cut. A full cut is nothing more than using one of the many types of equipment pieces that are out there that are used to clip the entire end of the back of the cigar, making sure that you do not take too much from the cap. Which leads me to my next piece of advice, is always inspect the cap. That's the back end of the cigar prior to cutting it, and see how far down the cap base goes. Because you need to realize that the cap is the only thing that holds the entire wrapper of the cigar together. And it's the quality of the cap that could end up determining the quality of the cigar as time goes on. Sometimes you might be forced to use one method or another due to the type of cap design that one has. And that's basically what we're going to do as far as today's tip on cigar smoking. What I'd like to do is we're going to have our panelists and our guests describe their views on the 3 cigars that we smoked this past week. We already recorded our ideas and put it down on paper. We're not smoking those cigars tonight because we already finished them and enjoyed them as much as possible. The first cigar that we'll test is called the Oliva V Series cigar, and it's their top of the line strongest cigar. And it's a Maduro Gordo 6x60. And then we're going to describe the Black Pearl, another cigar. And then the final cigar that we'll describe is a cigar by my own manufacturing, which is called the Sir Vin Cigar Royale, and that'll be called Merlin's Magic. Our rating system is going to be based on a 1 through 5. 5 being it's a cigar that we feel is great and that at almost any price it's worth going and enjoying. A 4 is still a very good cigar that we enjoy immensely, but we would put a price limit as to what we would want to pay in order to enjoy that cigar. A 3 would be your average cigar, not bad, not great. If someone gives it to you, I'll smile, and that's really the best way to do it, or if you can get it at a major discount. Then you have a 2, which is, if I get it, I'll probably only end up smoking half of it because it's not one of the better cigars. It might have some of the attributes that do not come with the quality cigar. And finally, a 1 is something that you taste, you don't enjoy, and you just put it down. Also, what I'd like to do is thank one of our sponsors, Cigars, from Slippery Rock Cigars.
There you go.
They actually were kind enough to donate these cigars. They're out of Pennsylvania, Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. Joe Dorso, hey guy, thanks a lot. Say hello to the crowd.
Thank you, Joe.
And we appreciate it. Avery, why don't you start us off tonight?
Well, first of all, the blind test is a scary thing. I mean, I give a terrible rating to Castro's Cuban cigars. You know, after I give that, I find out what the cigar is. But you got to take your chances and then, you know, try and weasel out of it later. This, by the way, this had a dark brown wrapper, and that I like because you see I'm a physical guy. I'm an upstate New Yorker, I'm a tough guy, and I want flavor. I want a man cigar. And it kind of had an oily finish, and I like that because we guys put oil in our cars. But you know, with nice oily sheen to it. And it was a smooth cigar, and it had a good cap construction. And those are very, very big pluses. And in fact, that bailed the cigar out, more or less. I'm not going to read every aspect I have here, but that kind of bailed the cigar out because I thought, for my purposes, and remember, I'm the macho guy, I thought it was a little lacking in that strong flavor I look for a cigar. I mean, otherwise I could smoke a Virginia Slim with Chrissy Everett. So I was a bit disappointed in that. However, the construction was wonderful, the color was wonderful, and it was smooth, if not as flavorful as I would like. So I gave it an overall 4 rating.
And that was, once again, the Oliva V series.
The Oliva V.
Why don't you other guys all chime in and let's work? Why don't we do this as a group effort here on it? Why don't you?
I would concur with Avery in regards to a beautiful appearance. The cigar is top notch. The cap was well done. The leaf was very few veins throughout the entire exterior leaf. I may not be as tough as you. I love these. All four of the cigars or 3 of the cigars we looked at were full-bodied cigars. So you know, Vince put the pairing together and knew what. Try to keep the full body as one group.
Yeah, and that wiped out some of the others. Otherwise.
Yeah, I enjoy a full-bodied cigar. I don't like it when they're real strong.
That's that.
Yeah, the last 2 inches, last inch and a half of the cigar, and true to its form with the Oliva V for me is a little bit too strong for my liking. As I say, I love full body. It gets a little bit to the point where it's if you say a buzz.
Oh yeah.
At the end of this cigar, you have a buzz.
And you would.
Yeah.
And you pulled over just from smoking your cigar.
Yeah. It is a full-bodied, strong cigar. And
what was your rating?
My rating, I gave it a 5. You know, I rated it as high as I could have. It was a very, very good cigar for the 3/4 that I smoked it on, and I came out with a 92 rating. And that is where I would have imagined I would put an Oliva V. It's because I enjoy the Oliva cigars, and the V is their top of the line. It's a great cigar, and I would like to personally thank Slippery Rock Cigars for sending them our way. I appreciate it, thank you. But for myself, I would shy away from it because that last inch and a half, or I would smoke the entire cigar and just be aware of that last inch and a half.
Well, Tom?
I enjoyed the cigar. It was not knowing what it was and then finding out afterwards what it was.
Right.
I gave it a 4. It really had a great burn, but I do agree about the end. The end finish was a little. I don't like a harsh cigar.
No,
I'm not tough.
Yeah. I don't know if it, harsh. I don't know if it's harsh, but it's a strong. Yeah. It's a full body. It's a strong cigar that lasts 2 inches. So you can certainly enjoy this cigar right down to the last 2 inches, but then use discretion.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.